So I think it's been 6 years that Raise the Roof has been a member of ILEA. And I think the reason I originally joined was to meet fellow industry professionals. I was growing the company and we kind of kept to ourselves and did our own thing as we were growing the business, but I realized it was important to branch out and meet other industry professionals that I could learn from and collaborate with. On that note, I've made countless friends through ILEA. People I talk to on a regular basis, both just on a friendship level, but also professionally. I think there's always somebody you can go to if you have a question about something, or you're moving into territory you've never been in. Chances are there's somebody in ILEA that you can call on. And I also think it's a great resource for, we're all working really hard, especially now in the event industry. And it's nice to be able to meet up with your peers in a non-work environment, commiserate, celebrate, and admittedly we haven't been to ILEA events as much as we would like to be, but we're starting to get our head above water a little bit right now, and we hope to see you guys all soon at an event.
My favorite people to collaborate with are ones that are not afraid of diving into the unexpected. So that could be anything from a yoga class on a wine bar patio to a 1,000-person food and wine event in the middle of an office building in downtown Cleveland, to a silent disco in the middle of a dirty laundry area. Those unexpected aspects of your event just make the guest experience so much more enjoyable and memorable.
The event experience I am most proud of is our Amelia Beer Heart release party. For International Women's Day, myself and other member of our staff got together under the amazing guidance of our brewmaster to create our very own beer. I was honored with not only being able to name it, but was able to partner with the International Women's Air and Space Museum to create a whole event focused around local women entrepreneurs. It was amazing to see a collab come together in all the right ways and with such incredible support.
I chose to be part of the ILEA chapter here in Cleveland. After seeing, just the connections that it brought my friends that are part of it already, I absolutely love that it gives me opportunities, networking opportunities, and it lets me build relationships with individuals that are in my related industry, and that's huge for me.
In the last year, I would say I'm most proud of NBA All-Stars. It was great for us as a company, but it was even better for us as a city to highlight what we can do with large-scale events and how event vendors can come together and really make an event of that size a success. A really huge shout out to my crew, though, who came together with so many moving parts and so many weather variables that we had to work against in the last few days leading up to the event, and how it all came together seamlessly for the client, and we executed it without issue. It was great to see the teamwork, not only internally but externally, with other vendors all working together to make it a huge success for the client and for the city.
It's hard to select just one particular event in such a unique year. 2021 was a year after many COVID postponements, which for us led to a year of personal celebrations. Each event we were hired for was a distinct expression of our wonderful clients. To be entrusted to support and help create their vision was truly an honor, and each celebration was very special. None of this would have been possible without the amazing people I was able to work alongside. Additionally important was the support of our incredible vendors. All of this makes me proud to represent Nosh Creative Catering, especially in 2021.
So a lesson that we learned during the pandemic, I think, can best be summarized by the quote, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And to me, what that kind of means for us is, the pandemic was a very dark and challenging time for everyone in the event industry. And it, forced us to work harder and do more with less. And honestly, I think that forced us to get creative It moved us into into space territory we've never been before, and I think in the long run that's going to be a good thing for us. And it also forced us to trim the fat a little bit. I think we're a much more efficient organization than we have been historically, and I think that's going to allow us to grow quicker and faster as we move forward out of the pandemic.
Since starting my business, I have dove into offering marketing services for the special event industry, specifically around 3 pillars: social media management and strategy, email marketing, as well as copywriting. But recently I've started offering event planning services, which has been a long-time love of mine, has been a part of my career in various capacity over the years, and something I'm very excited to get back to.
As the event manager at Southern Tier, we get a lot of people that come in and don't realize we have this incredible barrel cellar downstairs that you see behind me. We have a fully stocked bar down here and ample seating, and a lot don't know that we even offer private events. So it's exciting to be able to introduce people to our brand in that way, from your corporate meetings to your rehearsal dinners to everything in between.
So starting last year, we started to provide DIY event planning and coordination service. What that is, it basically lets an individual who might not be able to afford our full service in planning and coordination, it gives them an opportunity for them to still work with us. We'll still assist and guide them through the process of planning their event or wedding. I think through the pandemic, it definitely was something that people chose to utilize since either they were working from home or outside of state, or just the funds weren't ideal for them at the moment and they still needed, a right hand. When it comes to the ideal client, that's a little bit layered, just because we offer event management service and we service 3 categories, not just one. We do family, social, and corporate. So our ideal client, it basically is anyone that falls in any one of those 3 categories that need event support. Meaning you, and you.
One thing about Lasting Impressions is that we're a full-service event rental company. We do everything from tents, tables, chairs, linens, flatware, glassware, china, almost anything that you can think of rental-wise for an event, we do. I always joke that if we don't do it, we probably will. And also that we service the whole state. We have 3 locations. We're based out of Columbus. We obviously have a Cleveland office and a Cincinnati office, so we're really able to service a magnitude of clients across the state from every event, from a 5-person dinner party up to a 10,000 person festival and anything in between.
One of the biggest lessons that stuck with me was that when things get really tough and you have a team that believes in the success of your business, you can come together to make the changes in your operation that you need to survive forces that are outside of your control. I feel like the hardships caused by the pandemic let us build trust in each other by trying things that we don't normally do, and made us stronger and better equipped to give our guests the best experience possible in the future.
The event experiences that I think we're most proud of over this past year has been the nonprofit organizations that we've worked with. A lot of them, have been clients of ours for a long time. However, once the pandemic really set in, they're just like our world was flipped upside down in the event industry. So was theirs in many ways, both in the work that they normally do. They could no longer function, in the same way, but also in the way that they raised money. Just like we all generally work in an in-person environment, their fundraising efforts were also in person. So that forced us all to get very creative in ways that we connected with audiences. And honestly, we worked with different ILEA members to creative ways of delivering food and giving people at-home experiences. And so while it's kind of a general thing, but I think we're most proud of the nonprofits that we've been able to help during the course of the pandemic.
I feel like the lessons learned during the pandemic have been endless and bountiful, but mine all come around this idea of trusting myself, trusting my gut, understanding when I can really truly trust others, and understanding that that self-awareness leads to better decisions, leads to stronger steps forward. And gaining that clarity in the past 2 years has done nothing but allow me to grow my business faster and help my clients even better.
ILEA has offered me amazing opportunities to expand my network. Being able to craft those relationships that turn into these amazing friendships makes this part of my job all that more fun and engaging. This group is by far one of the most supportive networking groups I've ever had the privilege to be a part of, and I cannot wait to see what comes next.
What's a lesson you've learned from the pandemic?
Adaptability. The world changed, so we had to.
I chose ILEA because it's a great sense of community, not only in your backyard, but also worldwide. And the resources and education that are available to you from an organization of like-minded professionals, it's great and it's unmatched in my opinion.
And the question I've been asking myself is, why not ILEA sooner? Now, we started the company over 12 years ago. Farming, eatery, catering, and we really kept it under the radar. We wanted to, really specialize in the events, just pick the events that would really highlight the quality of what we did, the creativity of our team, and only chose to go with word of mouth only from the events that we did. And though this has been great for the company, it's also slowed our growth down in one sense. And to me, ILEA is integral to the growth of our business, the development of our business. The networking alone, working, collaborating with peers, seeing what else is going on in the industry is crucial for us to go beyond and to move forward as a company. So if you're wondering whether to go with ILEA or not, I highly suggest from the start.